Okay, 42:20 on my storage, 3 now 4 on my timer, and it is 9:25 in the morning. So September 25, September 25th might mean something to you, but so might also September 23rd. It's interesting because September 23rd is the anniversary of my so-called mother's third wedding. Imagine. Don't imagine. It was horrible to watch growing up. Now, the word Ben and bench keeps coming to me. It's still coming to me. It happens to be on my knickers. Should we all zoom in? Why not, eh? Starlink does it often enough. Here we are. See, there we go. But see how the B, E, and the N is actually brighter than the C and the H because of the shadow from... Anyway, now, 51 on my timer. Yes. Now, BBC, sweethearts, 223. I don't know what is going on here. But I'm going to tell you, the other day, as you probably well know, because you're probably still on the stalk and the block and the hack and the watch, which is fine. The other day, I was 111 on my timer as I looked down. Well, I saw it go from 110 to 111. I was walking through the cemetery, and I got the word Lister. Now, I know Lister to be something to do with Red Dwarf. So I googled this to find Lister was the last human, apparently. And Lister was desperate to get back to the love of his life. I can't remember her name, but it was 2Ks. So 1111 might mean something to you. 142, 143. I love you. Yeah. Wow. Anyway, I think he had been told that she had died. I don't know whether she had or she hadn't, because it blew my mind so much because of something else. Let me show you Teddy right now. Guys, I'm going to do the adventures of me and Ted. 2002 on my timer. He's got a flask and he's got a little heart. This is actually a colander. Never mind. So there I am Googling. Now, normally when this happens, somebody dies. But I didn't look at it like that at the time because I don't know why. Because first it was, first it was someone whose name begins with an M. Actually, then it was Meatloaf, whose names also began with an M. Then it was the Queen. Then it was many. Then it was the guy when I wrote to somebody at the BBC radio, and then they suddenly died. Everything I seem to Google, suddenly either someone dies or there's something to do with my really shitty situation. 251 on my timer. But there I am Googling and learning all about this list stuff. And I thought I was reading about Craig Charles, etc., etc. Now, I'll tell you this. When I went to make this video at 9:23, I heard da 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 bum 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 da 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 da. Now, originally, Yankee Doodle, American artist, but then came to my mind Barney, the big purple dinosaur. Now, Barney, unfortunately, I took my son to see Barney and Postman Pat, and I think Thomas the Tank Engine actually in a holiday camp in... Well, it doesn't matter where this holiday camp was. I took him when he was very young, and all he did was scream at this big purple dinosaur. He really didn't like the noise. But American artist, and then as I said, Barney. Did I say red dinosaur? I meant purple dinosaur. Barney, the big purple dinosaur. But then came to my mind yet again the Flintstones, Mr. Rubble, and his son Bam Bam was the drummer, right? Was the drummer, because Pebbles belonged to Fred, but the drummer belonged to his friend. Now, I just learned online that yet again, someone connected to the BBC has died only days after I Google it. I will try and find a photo, full 3 on my timer, and see if I can pop that up. I don't know how I'm going to be able to prove that I was doing that at that time, but I'm going to one last time. Because the thing is, they've also just shown me something else along with this 451, 452 on my timer, along with this sad passing of, I say sad passing So I want to send my condolences to anybody that's, you know, connected to the man that's passed away out of Red Dwarf, either through the night yesterday or this morning. I'm not sure. I stopped looking at it just now when I realised what I'd been Googling only days before, yet again, then somebody passes away. This is why there are certain people in this world that I won't Google. I don't want to look up because it concerns me. Now, you know, sad passings, they're sad because, okay, we don't have that person in our life anymore. Fine. But what people have to try and remember is the life that they've lived. Okay. The things they've accomplished. So, this man who's passed, he's accomplished so many things. You know, he was choreographer, he was an actor, many, many things. Now I might link my ting from barking. 7 a.m. in the morning. She's calling, I'm yawning. She's drawing, no stalling. Really, really, no stalling. Wow. There's been some stalling going on. I've recently been asked to go somewhere, and I'm just about to explain to this man in question that thanks to the police in my city wading in to my ex-partner's home with 17 police officers, most of which were very nasty to my son. Not only did they wade in and they raided the house for a phone, because of what might be on the electronic devices, but they left all the PlayStations, they left the Xboxes, they left most of the laptops. They just took my ex-partner's work laptop, brilliant, so that he can't do his job competently, and they took my son's phone, one of my son's phone, possibly two, but they left everything else digital in his room. Interesting. Because it was just a big scam to wind him up before his current court case. Now, thanks to his conditions where he's not allowed alone with his brother and he's not allowed to live with his brother, has made my life extremely difficult over the summer, so that I cannot go anywhere or do anything and leave these two unattended. Brilliant. Brilliant. Please understand, what you don't understand is what I see that I don't tell you. I don't know how else to put this to you. I am looking at a mini Cheddar's packet again, and you know, oh, by the way, I must say, Craig Charles, he looked awesome in that Russian style hat. I used to wear one. I say I used to wear one. I didn't used to wear one. My granddad at Rosemary's funeral, I was cold, and my granddad put this Russian hat on my head, and let me tell you, it fit like a damn glove. It really did. I loved it. I returned it afterwards because it was his. It wasn't mine. And that day I remember thinking to myself, now why would you? I'd never seen him in this hat. He'd never really worn this hat. And suddenly this Russian hat was on my head. And he looked a lot like, I should say, because he's passed away now. And I say he was my granddad. If we all take Da Vinci Code as a signal, you know, who knows who's granddads? Who knows who actually takes anyone from car accidents, from this, from that? They didn't really die, right? And they just get saved and raised by people that had nothing to do with them. Maybe something to do with them, maybe aunts or uncles or this or that. But, you know, I think you know. BBC, I think you know. 6-5. Oh no, you're lucky. It was 857 on my timer. But that brings me to my next point. Mr. 57. Mr. Crab. I know along the line I've said something about something or someone. It doesn't have to be Mr. Crab. It could be probably everyone I've spoken about. I know the details of something that I said were not released, but I said it. I know that I did. I know that I have, and I know that I did, and I know that I've become a problem because of that. But I also know there is somebody in this world, be it karmic or divine, they don't think I'm a problem. Well, I mean, they probably do think I'm a problem. But they also think that I'm a godsend and that I have a skill. Now, as much as I don't know who this person, group of people are or is, they can't be that good because of what's happening to my family right now. And that's a fact. They can't be that good because all these carrots that get dangled in front of me, I can't go follow the carrots because I have no money, because I have no freedom. But I'd be very careful if I were you, because there is somebody else in this world that doesn't like the fact that I'm in this position. I say in this world. Within our... Somebody that doesn't like the position I'm in. 10:30, 10:31 on my timer. And mark my words, I don't like the position I'm in either. 10:41, 10:42 and 10:43 on my timer. I love you. Do you? Do you? Well, whoever you are, right? You can't love me that much. One, you won't prove it. Two, you won't show it, which kind of is proving it. And I don't mean behind the scenes. I mean up front to my face. Without luring me, without this, without that. Because this BBC thing, I think I know what one of these reporters have been doing. But, well, not one of these reporters. Many of these reporters have been doing, actually. Now, again, my condolences to the family of the man that is that the media says has passed away within the last 24 hours from Red Dwarf. Apparently, I cannot believe. I mean, I can believe, obviously, but it's difficult for me because no sooner do I Google it, it becomes a thing, or it's already a thing. And the things that I was asked to Google yesterday, I'm getting quite frightened to do so, but I'm going to do so. And by the way, the person that 123 on my timer, well, 1203, 1204 on my timer, the person that would like me to scan them, etc., etc. How do you suppose I do that, sir? How do you suppose I do that? I'm under strict instructions not to look certain people up, not to follow certain people, and not to accept certain gifts from certain places. You've made it so that I'm unable to sell anything I own unless I go and do it privately, which now I've got to go and pay another £150 to get something returned to me that I sold. And that was just to go to the festival so that I was comfortable. How do you suppose that I scan you or anybody else you would like me to do so? Could you please make it make some sense? And BBC. 223. Yes. Wow. But yeah, that Russian hat on this guy on online on Craig Charles. It's interesting as well because Craig Charles, I believe, is from Liverpool, and my in-between boy, his dad was from Liverpool. Now, 13:31 on my timer. I'm going to tell you this also. If my son's dad happens to have done anything to any of you, it was not my son's fault, nor was it mine. He sent me a picture of him once, where in this picture, it was everything except shoulders and up. And I remember saying something. I remember asking him a question. I remember saying to him, Kevin, 14:01 on my timer as I looked down. I was like, you're not suddenly become a terrorist, have you? Why wouldn't you show me your face? I'm going to leave it like that. 14:14 on my timer as I look down. I'm going to leave it like that. Because people have to stop this whole revenge thing. You know? Especially when I said to you all yesterday, you are a group of men. 14:30 on my timer, 143. You love me, do you? I've just told you already. This 143 can't be I love you. It's got to be something else, right? I wonder what that might be. Oh, shit, whoops. Did I say I wonder? Damn, it looks like I'm going to find out very, very soon.